This is Wes, the MidLife rider. In this video, I am showing a little of what it's like to go on a group ride. I rode with the Philadelphia Scooterists Club out to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to meet up with the Twisted Taps Collective. We then all took a slow ride around Amish country.
Let's get in the shade. What's that?
Meeting over there?
I have no idea. I figured come to the shade.
Yeah, that's what I did.
My name's Wes.
Chase, sorry. I was about to say Chess.
No, baby. Okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
What time are we supposed to meet up?
Well, they said, Amy's post said that leaving kickstands up at 11.
Okay.
So,
I thought we were running late.
yeah, I think we're good. Now, I had someone that I saw from a Grom group.
And then from there, we'll go to the Countryside Road Stand. Have I mentioned yet that they have the fast soft pretzels ever? Hopefully we'll feed the tourists there. Otherwise there could be a bit of a line, but I promise you it's worth it. So that's why I encourage you to eat a little snack there, whether it's a pretzel, they have ice cream, because we will have a late lunch. The first thing we're gonna do a Jersey left. It's kind of sketchy turning a left out here. So we're probably going to go back that way and turn in a school parking lot, kind of like some of us did earlier. We had to turn in it. So my hope is once we turn, we're going to come back this way. I realize we can still get separated with all the lights. If we get separated, just keep going straight on this road. Just straight. I'll eventually find a place where I can pull up and wait for all of you. But eventually you can't go straight anymore, and you're going to have to go right or left. We'll meet up by that point. So just know that I'm not taking on a wild goose chase. It's just safer to go that way than that way. For the most part, we're going to be on so many back roads. We should hopefully be able to stay together. Although because it's such a big group, I might not see that we're all together. So if someone wants to beep, 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 just to kind of let me know, hey, we're separated, I can try to pull off and wait for you. There's a couple intersections that are going to be busier, so please just take your time. Don't blow past it as a group. Look both ways a couple of times because people are just jerks and they ride so fast. know, take your time, maybe buddy up with 2 people and go across. We'll wait for you on the other side. No rush today. If you haven't seen my safety notes online, you got to just watch out for all the different obstacles. If we get behind large farm equipment, I'm not going to pass it. That's too risky. But if it's a horse and buggy, if I can get a clear shot, we'll probably pass that. So we just have to watch. You just never know. There's going to be 2 miles of fresh oil and paint, or chip. And it does seem pretty loose, so we're going to just take our time. It's only 2 miles, it's a straight shot. We're experienced riders, so I'm really not worried about it. Just giving you a heads up. And then if I'm going like this, it just means look left, because I'm hoping we'll see camels today. Although from what I understand, the camels don't usually get put out until after we go there. But anyway, let's just look anyway. So if I'm going like this, look left for the camels. And then it's right after the camels, we're going to be on the fresh, the oil in the strip. All right, so let's steer up, and then we'll hit the, we're going to go right, and then go left. All right.
We've got one person that left to use the restroom.
How dare they?
What's that?
If someone left to go use the restroom.
He'll just use the tree. He was trying to be kind.
Oh. No.
The grease was good. Really?
I wouldn't go back there.
Really? I was planning on moving there.
Really?
Yeah, no kidding.
Where to?
I got my passport probably just around that. I mean, my family's from the central mountainous area, but
Hopefully this video gives you a glimpse into what it is like taking a group ride. It was really cool checking out all of the different bikes that these riders use. There were both vintage and modern Vespas, a vintage Lambretta, a couple of Honda Forzas, a nice Aprilia Sport City, a Tank 200, a Honda Ruckus, and 2 Suzuki Bergmans, just to name a few. This is Wes, the MidLife Rider, and thanks for watching.